Hello everyone, this is Joel over here. So in this video, we will solve LeetCode number 58, which is length of last word. So this is the numerical. Here we are gonna solve what is the length of the last word over here. So in this example one, if you check, we have a sentence called hello world and the last word is world and it has 5 characters, right? So the output is 5 over here. So this is the numerical which is in LeetCode number 58. We are gonna solve this. So the approach we are gonna pick is we are gonna traverse this string from reverse order, which is like from last word, and we are gonna assign a variable called count or length, and we are gonna keep on increasing the count if until it encounters and space over the sentence. If space is being encountered, we will just stop and we'll just return the count of the variable. Otherwise, we will just keep on increasing the count from the reverse of the string. But in example 2, if you check, we have input string s with starting a space fly space me and then again space 2 and then space the space moon and again we have space. So if we approach the previous method, which is like we'll keep on increasing the count and if space is encountered, we'll just stop increasing the count and we'll return the count value, right? That's the thing we have. But here at the last, if you check, we have space over here. So at the first time itself, our loop will encounter a space and it will doesn't increase the count value, and of course the count will be 0, which is wrong over here because the output is 4, which is the length of the word moon, right? So how to approach this? So the space over here and here are said to be trailing space. So we have to remove this trailing space and we have to solve this numerical based on the approach we used it before. So now first step is we have to remove the trailing space. Let me remove it. Um, so now uh, to remove trailing space, we have a function called strip trailing. So s dot strip trailing. Yeah. So s is nothing but the input string which we are getting from the function over here, or else you can see in test case that string has been stored in letter s. I mean the variable s. So s dot strip trailing. So once the trailing space has been removed, we have to store it in a variable, right? So let's store it in s itself. So we are just removing the trailing space and we're just storing in s itself. So now let's initialize a count variable which is like int count is equal to 0. So initially the count value is 0 over here. And now we'll start a for loop for int I is equal to, since we have to traverse from reverse order, we will just pick the length of the string. So the string is stored in s, right? So s dot length minus 1. So here if you check, we have hello world, so which is like uh 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 letters we have over here. Since our programming language is like zero based index, we have used this -1. So if it is like 11 letters, then the index of d is 10 over here. So we are just initializing our I to the last uh, element in an array, and we have to traverse till 0, which is like till greater than or equal to 0. So I is greater than or equal to 0. And now we have to increment the I value. Like basically in for loop we will use I plus plus, which is like used to increment, but now we have to decrement the I value. So I minus minus. So now inside a for loop, we have to check whether the I is an space. If it's space, we have to return the length, or else we have to increase the count value, right? So if s is like string of caret is a function to check the element over and string. So caret of I equal to empty string. If it's like space equal to space, then what we are just doing is simply return the count value. I mean the count over here. Yeah. Else it's not a space, then we have to increment the count value. So count plus plus. So here we have to increment the count value. So next, at last, if there is let's consider the sentence as only one single word, then what happens? There is no any space over there, right? So it has to return the count value. So it will exit from the loop, and we have to return the count value over here. So return count. So basically what we are doing is we are just removing the trailing spaces over here. Example, in example 2, if you check, we have spaces over here, like in space fly me space 2 space the moon space. We have all this trailing space over here. So first we have to remove all this trailing space. So s dot strip trailing is used to remove the trailing space over here, and we are just starting a count variable with 0, and using a for loop we are just traversing from the reverse order, and we are initiating I from the last most character or element, you can say, and then we are just moving the I till greater than or equal to 0, and we are just decrementing it. So if I is equal to a space, if the loop encounters a space, then we are returning a count over here, else we are just incrementing the count value. So if the test case has like only one single word, then we are just simply returning the count over here. So now let's run and check. Okay, so we have an error over here. S dot caret of I. Yeah. So it's like double equal to, right? We have to check over here. So it's double equal to, right? So now we have to run and check. Yeah, now it got accepted. So earlier the mistake was we have initialized with like 1 equal to is like assigning operator, and double equal to is for verifying or checking operator. You can just keep understand. And yeah, so now it got accepted. Let's submit and check. Yeah, so our numerical got successfully submitted over here, and yeah, that's it of in this video. So let's meet you on another LeetCode numericals. Until then, stay tuned. So thank you.